Hey guys, this is GUvs and this is my video response to the GU video section question, what got you into gaming? My earliest memory of gaming is when I was 6 years old. I remember watching my mother playing Tetris a lot on the NES that she owned. I can't really remember playing it myself as such. I do remember stealing the controller when my mother had just died, and entering my own name into the high score board, even though it was my mother who played it. But so I kind of think the whole gaming thing started with my mother. I think my mother is the reason why I got into gaming to start. I can't really remember a lot of my childhood, so memories of gaming and how I got into it and really got into it is quite vague. But I remember as a child I did have my own NES, and I used to play Bart Simpsons versus the World, Mario, Duck Hunt, and sorry, I got my little laptop there. And there was this athletics game, and I remember I had to do the running and the high jump and the hop skip jump thing. I don't know. Yeah. After that, I remember when I was a little older, down with Dad's, I actually had a Sega Master System, which was the really long console, and I remember playing Sonic a lot, and I loved Sonic. Also down with Dad's, I remember I had a TV Boy, which is one of these handheld consoles that you just plugged into the TV. I've done a little research into it, and it had 126 games, which were all from the Atari 2600. So it was games like Space Invaders, Pac-Man, Frogger. Like I said, there's 126 of them. So yeah, so there was that. I also had, when I was a young teenager, I think, I had a Sega Game Gear. And one of the games I had for that I remember playing lots was Wonder Boy 3, The Dragon's Trap. And there was Clacks as well, which is sort of like a puzzle game. There was these blocks that sort of dropped down and you had to sort of put them out. Yeah, it's kind of like Tetris, but in a different sort of format. My next console then was the PS1, which you've heard in a lot of responses already. That is Final Fantasy VII. 7 was the first Final Fantasy game I played. I loved it. I was first introduced to it by a friend who, her and her cousin used to play it, and because she was my best friend, I'd go down in the house and the three of us would play it together. We'd take it in turns, training, and just I didn't really understand the concept of it, because all I'd played up to that point was platforms and puzzle games. I had Final Fantasy VII myself then. I went out and bought it and I loved it, just playing through it, and really enjoyed it. Yeah, so around the same time as the PS3, I don't really remember, but the Game Boy era then, of course, everyone loves the Game Boy. The only game I can really remember playing on the Game Boy was Pokemon. Big Pokemon fan. I remember I always got blue because Squirtle was my favourite. My best friend had the red, so that's how we sort of traded over. Then I remember I got yellow, then I got silver, I got diamond. I got one copy of every version to date, to be honest. Another Nintendo console I had when I was younger was the Nintendo 64. One of the games I played on there was Zelda, Ocarina of Time. I'm quite a bit of a chicken shit when it comes to games, and I would never complete any of the adult dungeons on my own. And my friend would play them and I would just watch. So I did play this game a lot and I really loved it. But I'd only play the Child Link levels, so it was the Great Ekuchi, Goron Mountain, and don't kill me, I can't remember. Another Nintendo 64 game that I used to play a lot, or two Nintendo games was actually be the Pokemon games. So it was Pokemon Stadium. Of course, like I said, being a Pokemon fan, I'd always like connecting my cartridge up to the Nintendo and play it on the N64, or play the little cute fun multiplayer games like Clefairy Says, the Diglett one, the Sandshrew one, Lick a Tongue, all those like really fun multiplayer games you could play with your friends. And of course the second Pokemon franchise Nintendo 64 game being Pokemon Snap. I loved that game. It's like I don't even know where that copy is now because I've got all my other Nintendo 64 games other than that one. I used to just love going around, you know, getting pictures of the Pokemon and trying to get the best pictures. I loved it. The next console I remember having was the PlayStation 2. On there I had the games like Final Fantasy X, X-2, I got into Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2, Tony Hawk's Underground. I got more into games, so it was like more of a variety of different types and styles. I then got into the Kingdom Hearts series, which of course started on the PlayStation 2 and then went to Game Boy Advance and then back. And I'm sure a lot of you know the sequence of games and consoles, but anyway. So my friend had introduced me to Kingdom Hearts. Once again, same friend has introduced me to Final Fantasy and Zelda. I still have my PlayStation 2, which is still set up, and I do play it quite rarely, but I got my other consoles now. But after having my PlayStation 2, the only other console I bought was of course the DS, which is a handheld. And for a while then I wasn't as big into games as I am now, or as I used to be. It was like I'd play them every now and then, like I'd replay the Kingdom Hearts series or Final Fantasy, or I'd play puzzle games on my DS. After a few years of not gaming very much other than my DS console and replaying old games, my friends convinced me into getting an Xbox 360 so I could play with them online. I had GUvs War 2, which was my first shooter game. I played Fable on there as well as a couple of Xbox Live Arcade games. Then, I think it was late 2009, I started playing Kingdom Hearts again. I replayed it, then found out that 358 over 2 days was coming out soon. So I picked that up and got into that, which then started off a whole Kingdom Hearts fanatical stage of my life, where I was just completely and utterly obsessed with Kingdom Hearts. That led me then to joining Gaming Union. Joining GU made me become aware of like the other games that were out there and how much I'd missed out on those few years that I wasn't gaming. So I started getting into games again, becoming more interested, hearing all about these games, and I bought myself a PSP so I could play Little Big Planet, Crisis Core, Dissidia, Patapon, all those games. Also, while on the forums, I heard a lot of the other people raving on about this game called Uncharted 2. Now, Uncharted 2 is a PS3 exclusive, and at the time I only had my Xbox 360. I started thinking about getting a PlayStation 3, but it was like 2-3 months before I was going on holidays to America for a couple of weeks, so I kind of needed to hold on to the money that I had. But as soon as I got back from America and as soon as I was paid, I bought myself a PlayStation 3, along with Uncharted 2, Heavy Rain and some other PS3 games. Which brings me up to now, where I've had my PlayStation 3 for a good few months, and I've played a lot more games, different, types, like Assassin's Creed, Uncharted, Red Dead Redemption, Killzone, Mod Nation Racers, Gran Turismo 5. It brings me up to the day where I've experienced a lot more games. I'm back into gaming. I game pretty much every day if I'm not working or busy, and through gaming I've met some really great people. up till now I've pretty much just explained my gaming history. So now I'm actually going to answer the question, what got you into gaming? So, of course, my mother playing games around me got me into it at the start. And of course with her buying me the consoles and games when I was younger. But I think more into the answering the question. The games that I played really sort of captured my attention, and I really enjoyed playing them and I wanted to play more. And I guess not only that, but as I grew up I was quite shy, and I wasn't very social. I didn't have a lot of friends outside of school, and so I think that gaming was something for me to do to occupy myself. Gaming was something that I could do on my own in the house, and I didn't need to have friends with me. I really don't know how to answer this question. Wow, I suck. I enjoy gaming. I find it fun, exciting, emotional. I've cried in games, I've laughed, I've rage quitted, I find it good to socialise now as well. That's not what got me into gaming. Stop it, man. This has been GUvs. Thank you very much for watching, if you're still watching now. Love you! Where else? Nope, gone. I'm pretty much a PS3 fangirl. Oh my god, I'll get this done sometime tonight. I swear. Oh god.